Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Eastland County Today's Sports Show. We are again right in the middle of hoops district action, and so let's get right to it, shall we? Let's go to Cisco and see how the Lady Lobos and Lobos did this past week. Last Friday, the girls and boys visited Dublin High School, and the Lady Lobos defeated Dublin by 2 points, 44 to 42. Exciting end to that ball game. In that game, Cooper Conger scored 17 points, and Marissa Pence added 9 points for the Lady Lobos. The boys defeated Dublin 66-65. Dublin had a chance for 3 free throws at the end of the game, missed all 3, allowing the Lobos to come away with the victory. Taylor Massey, scored 17 points. Cord Lewis added 15. Dwayne Walking Stick scored 14. This past Tuesday evening, the ladies and men visited Clyde, and unfortunately, both teams lost to the Bulldogs. The girls lost to the Lady Bulldogs 37-32. Marissa Pence and Cooper Conger again led the way for the Lady Lobos with 10 points each. The boys lost to Clyde 56-32. Taylor Massey again led the way, 15 points. Walking Stick scored 9. Let's see what's going on now this week with Cisco, Lady Lobo, and Lobo action. This Friday night, they get a break. They're off this Friday evening. And then Tuesday night, they will host the Lady Buckaroos and Buckaroos of Breckenridge in another district contest. The Lady Lobos are tied now in District 8 3A action with the Clyde Lady Bulldogs, and the Lobos are about in the middle with the 2-2 record. They're about middle way in the district. All right, that's all from Cisco Hoops action. Now see what's going on with Mavs and Lady Mavs action here in Eastland. Last Friday evening, the girls and boys they hosted Breckenridge, and the Lady Mavs defeated Breckenridge 58-47. In that game, Taylor Lucky scored 17 points. Haley Stacy added 11, and Rosa Ojeda pitched in 10 points. The boys lost to the Buckaroos. The Buckaroos upset the Mavs 53-49. It's the Mavs' first district loss of the year. In the game, Parker Roberts scored 14 and Brant Bailey scored 10. This past Tuesday evening, the Lady Mavs and Mavs got their break for the week. This Friday evening, the Lady Mavs and Mavs will host the Dublin Lady Lions and Lions here at Marshall Gymnasium. And then on Tuesday, they travel to tough Clyde to take on the Lady Bulldogs and Bulldogs. The Lady Mavs are they're still close to the top. They're in their standings, District 8 to 3A. And the Mavericks, with their loss, are now tied with the Clyde Bulldogs for first place. That's what's going on in Eastland Hoops action. Now travel down to Gorman and see what's going on with Panthers and the Lady Panthers. This past Friday evening, both teams played Huckabee, and the Indians won both games. The girls lost to Huckabee 71-21. In that game, Diana Palacios, Daniela Segura, and Brady Campbell all scored 5 points for the Lady Panthers. The boys also lost to Huckabee 49-32. In that game, Hunter Childers scored 10 points. Flavio Herrera scored 6. This past Tuesday evening, both girls and boys visited Lingleville. The girls defeated Lingleville. The boys lost to Lingleville. I do not have any scores at the moment, nor stats, but we do know that the girls won and the boys lost. What's going on in Gorman Panther basketball this week? On Friday, both teams will host the tough district state-ranked Lipan Indians. It'll be tough for the Panthers and the Lady Panthers this Friday as they host Lipan. And then next Tuesday, they both will travel to Gordon to take on the Horns and Lady Horns of Gordon. That's what's happening in Gorman hoops action this week. Now let's travel over to Ranger to see what's going on in Ranger hoops action this past week. Last Friday, the Lady Bulldogs defeated De Leon by 10, 56-46. In that game, Mia Cherry and Michaela Ewing both scored 16 points each in the victory. The boys lost to De Leon 55-27. In that game, Bennett Motley led the way with 10 points. This past Tuesday evening, the girls and boys played Goldthwaite, and the Lady Bulldogs lost to the Lady Eagles 44-34. Mia Cherry scored 11 points, and Madeline Ellerby added 10 for the Lady Bulldogs. The boys also lost to the Eagles 50-33. What's going on this week in Ranger hoops action? Tuesday evening, both teams are going to travel to District Hico this Tuesday evening, and then next Friday they will both host the Santo Lady Cats and Wildcats. It will be senior night for the ladies there next Friday evening. That's what's happening in Ranger hoops action. Going on now in Rising Star. The Lady Wildcats and Wildcats took on Eula this past Friday evening, and the Lady Cats lost to Eula 58-23. In that game, Brittany Bush scored 10 points. Clara Holiday added 7. The Wildcats also lost to Eula 67-47. In that game, Matthew Lawrence scored 20 points, and Zach Childers tallied 18 in the loss. This past Tuesday evening, both the Cats and Wildcats took on Moran, and they both were victorious. The Lady Cats defeated Moran 59-26. Bush scored 17. Abby Guy added 11. And in the boys' game, the boys defeated Moran 61-13. In that game, Matthew Lawrence again led the way for the Cats with 11. Kyle James added 10. What's happening this week in Rising Star basketball action? Both will travel just down the road Friday evening to take on the May Lady Tigers and Tigers. And then Tuesday, they'll travel just to the west to take on Cross Plains. Actually, I'm sorry, they're going to host Cross Plains in Rising Star. That's what's happening in Rising Star hoops action. Let's now see what's going on with our colleges. Both Ranger College and Cisco College are deep in their conference action, and boy howdy, the Ranger College Rangers are on a roll. Can you say that again? They are on a roll. Let me tell you, they are 5-0 in conference action. Matter of fact, they have not lost a game at all this season. They did have to forfeit 3 or 4 games early in the year because of a clerical error, but they have not lost a game on the floor. In fact, this past week, Region 5 announced their Players of the Week, and Ranger College freshman Trey Conrad was selected as Player of the Week. So they are 5-0 now in conference play. Over in Cisco, the Lady Wranglers gained their second conference victory of the season when they defeated Weatherford this past Saturday. You want to make sure to pick up a copy of the Eastland County Today on Thursday to catch all the information about our colleges and how they are performing. I do have some other sports news that I would like to share with you at this time. This is the sports show, and I know that we're deep in basketball season, but we have a couple other things going on. And most of you saw in the paper last week that Eastland head football coach Cliff Watkins resigned and is headed to Glen Rose. We want to wish Coach Watkins and his family all the best as they take over at Glen Rose. The Eastland Independent School District is aggressively looking for their new coach, taking applications And Superintendent Jason Cochran told me that they're hoping by mid-February that they'll be able to find a new head coach for the Mavs. Again, we want to wish Coach Watkins all the best in Glen Rose. One more thing I want to share with you this morning, the UIL. It's that time of year again when the UIL looks at all the districts and looks at all the teams and puts them on a wall and throws darts to see where each team's going to go. Sometimes it feels that way, but they are going to, Monday morning at 9 a.m., they are going to release new district realignments, and we are going to be right here to share with you live where Cisco, Eastland, Ranger, Gorman, Rising Star, what districts, football, basketball, softball, baseball, where they're going to play. We're going to be right here to share it with you live. All right? Have a wonderful week. Make some good memories, and God bless you.